Yes. Alright. Edith! Who wrote Little House in the Big Woods? I've heard of the name, I've never heard of the book. And I don't remember where I heard the name from. Laura Ingalls Wilder. Oh. So there was a little house in the big woods and a little house on the prairie too? Okay. Apparently she just really liked little houses. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Alright, what's your name? Demas! Daniel Day-Lewis. Alanis Morissette appeared on what 1980s TV show? I don't know, some kind of actor, I believe.
He meant Alanis Morissette, right?
Alanis Morissette appeared on what 1980s TV show? You can't do that on television. I don't know if that was like a predecessor to r/ Don't Put Your Dick in That or what. Sam! Sam Lamb!
What?
4. Another 4. Yay. Who was the first leader of the Republic of Texas? Wild guess. Wild guess. It was Sam Houston. He later became one of Texas's first senators and then the state's governor. All right. Uno más. Right man. What is the largest country entirely within the southern hemisphere? Yes. Australia. Antarctica is a continent, not a country. Edith! Oh yeah, that's right, ain't it? 4? What is the capital city of England? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Is that your second? Okay. Demas. Two. What was Bram Stoker's original name for Dracula? I can't tell if it's Count Vampire or Count Wampir, because I don't know if he uses the Germanic W, but it's Count Wampir, because that sounds funnier. Alright, we got a 5 from Sam. So, who invented the kinetoscope? Louis Le Prince. Or Louis the Prince, if he was a rapper. So, you all have been tasked with investigating an allegation that someone has accessed in an unauthorized manner a file in Reach Corps' mainframe. So I want everybody to just go around and introduce their character. Yep. What do other people see when they see you?
Tell me your lore.
All right. And so, how do you feel about your approach from Stewart? Okay. All right.
Do you mind if I stay unmuted while we do this part?
Huh?
Do you mind if I stay unmuted while we do this part?
Yeah. Okay. So, Edith. Yeah. Yeah, Rebella. Okay. So you're directly contracting with them. Oh. Okay.
So what's the name of your mech? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Damus. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Cool. Sam. Alright. And y'all are here with the fifth, but the fifth is out doing something. Oh, okay. Well, describe your character, whose name I accidentally changed to Selwyn Renances. So, oh, okay. I thought I fucked up.
So what's that name? Okay.
Selwyn. Okay. So, so he's pretty excited about being in the super soldier program.
National
God
bird
save
prize.
the Queen. Okay. So, let's introduce ourselves and just sort of our playstyle. So, I'm God. I'm a kind and benevolent God.
Lies. Inside
Uh,
check.
So, a kind and benevolent God that will blow your skull out with the sniper if you do something dumb. So, I like to run kind of gritty games. I like to evoke strong emotions out of people and see how they react. Sometimes those emotions will be humor, and then other times people eat their brother.
Or have their dad melt in front of them.
Or have their dad melt in front of them, or find out that their entire family has been replaced by Rakshasa.
Kill your family before Tyler gets to them.
But yeah, so I like to experiment with a wide array of different things, but usually default back to gritty kind of very dirty things. My typical world alignment is this time it's going to be more chaotic than most times, because this is going to be a chaotic place. But I am not afraid to show people the consequence of their actions or inaction. So just make sure you're not pulling jobs for devils, and the world may not explode.
Excuse me?
All right. So, who's next?
What do you mean?
Who wants to introduce themselves next?
That's everybody.
Themselves as a player.
Oh, sorry. I think you meant their character.
What are you looking for out of a game is an important question. Okay.
Frost is sassy.
Okay. Well, cool. So, is that everybody? It seems like it. So, yeah, he had other shit going on. So this campaign can potentially be involved in the writing of a book.
Which is why I'm here.
So I'll be filming every session and putting it on YouTube to get it off my hard drive. And then if it turns into a book, then I don't really know how you do credits on a book. But but yeah, so if a character dies, then as long as the character wasn't eaten by a void dragon, you are completely welcome to make a new one. Which is not an invitation to get your character killed, but
so like you can't tell each other your lore, but if you'd like to tell me your lore, I'm the one taking notes on everything. Cool, okay.
Please do use the bio section on Roll20. Okay. I would like to have an idea of everybody's story in case there's some world interactions. And also having stories allows me to write in more world interaction. And I don't like searching through Facebook chats. So having it in a bio would help me to just be able to pull it up at a moment's notice. Cool. So, you all have been working this case for a while. You've established that if someone has accessed the files, it would probably be from somewhere in the Oz. So that would be a good place to start. The Oz is home for some of you. It's, oh my god, this is so dirty for other people. And then a haven of lawless degenerates for others. Um, but yes, you wake up in a place called Cheap Motel. Um, you have been sleeping in a essentially what amounts to a large PVC tube to cut down on costs, probably. There's a simple computer panel. The computer has probably 4 gigs of RAM, so it's like super shitty. You hadn't seen a computer with only 4 gigs of RAM in like 80 years. But everybody wakes up, notices that there is a light drizzle outside, so it might be a good idea to not get rained on too much. What do you do? No, they're very, like, y'all basically have a closet to sleep in to maximize space, because there's a whole bunch of people here. Oh my god, keep everything based on Grade. Weird stains on the bed. Hey, Ratman is a hacker, so no R-Cloud is safe from his prying eyes. So, there is the hint of a trace of something, but whoever approached the hub in the VR net was careful to step lightly from the point that they weren't supposed to be. No. Mm. Let's see, what knowledges do you have? Okay, insight isn't a skill on this, is it? Okay. Roll streetwise. It's probably a access log to the bathroom. You know what? Roll gather information. You. It's a blueprint. It's already in. Oh, okay. You know it's a blueprint of some manner. You can surmise that they would not have used the phrasing and things that they've been using unless it was some manner of blueprint. You can very much assume that, judging by them being unsure whether a file was accessed or not. Because a street thug's smash and grab would have a very clear registry on the access log. Yes. You can't tell which one. All you know is there's traces leading up to the ice around the blueprint storage area. But that ice says that nobody has been there. Roll gather information. You see a power grid. You know that any kind of power grid tracking is usually held pretty close to the chest in Rescore because they don't want anybody connecting dots on things that they ain't supposed to be connecting dots on. No, there is no trace of them having accessed it. They're not sure that it has been accessed. But there are records, timelines that constantly track, and there's a section of that timeline missing. Yeah. Yes. So you all pretty much assume that if somebody did go out rooting around, they went in and nuked the timeline on their way out. The timeline is a little deeper in the ice because they really don't want anybody removing any section of it. And yet somebody apparently has, unless there was just some kind of computer glitch. You know that they had been questioning what happened with the security logs for a few days before they approached you saying that they had an assignment. You know, it's weird that they would send you on a security mission. I mean, nobody expects the intern. You know that, well, roll Streetwise. Are you trained in Streetwise? Okay. Okay, roll technology. You know that if they yoink this and try to sell it on any local black market, their throat would be cut before the item even went up for bidding. So if they stole it to sell it, they're probably on their way out of the country right now. If you're outside of the OZ, yeah, there is very much nothing happens on the internet without Rescore knowing it. If you're inside the OZ, you can ghost. Jack knows all about ghosting. Yes, all citizens of Rabella that are not directly opposed to restore have a shepherd's chip in their left forearm. Yes. They would be called. There would be a read receipt on the airport terminal, but the OZ isn't officially a boundary, so they don't read chips on the way out of the Oz. You know that there are people that take people out of the country if they need to not be seen leaving the country. Ratman, do you have Streetwise? Roll it. Yeah. Okay. You know of a place. The official name of it is Speedball Shipping Company. On paper, they ship consumer goods out of Rabella to every other country except Travar and Fjorden, mainly to Agrella.
Did you eat that other sandwich?
Huh?
Did you eat that other sandwich?
Yes, I think so.
Never mind.
You know that they are based in the Isles. That's where their office is, where they ship from. You don't know, but you know how to get a hold of them in the VR. You ever shipped anything? Okay. You know Johnson
Oh.
is he is a representative for Speedball. He handles the more discreet matters. You also know that Johnson very frequently frequents
Oh.
VRNet cafes. Yeah, it's a light drizzle. It might be a good idea to find a shower somewhere if y'all are leaving. Car cover, like a Yeah, there's a parking lot. Okay. Um, so, Demas pulls a car out of her ass. She she works for Capsule Corp. Um, yeah, roll. What would that be? Roll balance. Okay, you successfully slide across the hood of the car. High or low? High or low? You have a rivet on your pants pocket that drug across the hood. There is now a nice silver line where you slid. Let's see. What would it be to escape a grapple? Okay. So, or what? Okay. All right. Okay. So, right band, what's your touch AC? That's going to be 19. So, you tried to go for him, but he's slimy. You feel a strong urge to wash your hands. Yeah. Rotate. You know it'll still work. You know that it probably just kind of flaked off, and it isn't really considered paint anymore. It's more like just paint chips. There's a room full of showers off of the lobby. What are you taking through the lobby? There's a little girl there, no older than like 40 years old, and she looks like she would rather be anywhere that's not at the lobby of cheap motel, making sure that nobody runs off of shower curtains. She she tosses you a small umbrella, terrible quality, and tells you that that'll be 200 credits. You can buy it. That's way below your purchase threshold. Alright. So you find your truck exactly where you parked it. You can hear the uplink with Asher come through as you get close to it. Have you loaded Asher with a personality? Okay. So you hear beeps and boots. Okay. I'm surprised you hadn't propped your feet up on the dashboard. Your car smells strongly of feet and sewage. Alright, well, Edith has a moving truck. All right. So y'all drive out. You have the location saved on your deck from when you went to go ship something. Customs was a bitch to get through, but eventually you got it clear. That they really don't trust you, so they look at everything that you try to sell. As y'all are riding along, you notice that the drizzle is pretty constant, but y'all got good windshield wipers. You see a couple of people that have probably been in the rain too long. So if they're still alive, you can't tell it. The bricks on the side, the concrete sidewalk. The sidewalk looks like a poxed teenager. There are several pretty large dips along the road, the kind that throw water on every pretty girl in a dress on the movies, except they're full of acid rain on this one. You pass by a group of people that look to be engaging in some IV drug use. They have a small baggie that they're passing around that has little hexagon-shaped tablets in it, and they're dissolving it in what looks to be some kind of liquid. You can tell even from looking at them from inside the car that they basically have no irises left. They are super fucking high. But yes, you keep going until you reach your destination. No, you see a small gray building. The bricks have been faded out through years and years of acid rain. And it very clearly looks like if there's any kind of business going on around here, it's all under the table. Okay. Okay. You all jump out and walk in. I've heard Ratman and Sam going in. Okay. Okay. So when you walk in, you see on the TV there is some kind of weird video that involves a lot of flashing lights and a bouncing squid going around and doing absolutely nothing, but it's kind of trippy to watch. It's accompanied by very loud, very mechanical noises. Across the room, sitting behind a desk, there is a fairly tall, middle-aged elf. He has very greasy black hair and green eyes. He he is staring at the screen. You notice that his pupils are vacillating between very large and very small, just back and forth. He doesn't seem to respond. Spot. Roll a spot check. You roll a 3. You see the guy sitting there. You notice that his pupils are in and out. He doesn't seem to be looking at you. He is fixated on the TV. Oh, you move to push the power button on the TV. When you cross into his direct visual range, he says, "Oh, hey, a customer. Hey, what do you need?" I think that's my name. Are we not talking right now? Am I imagining you? Okay. Hello, imaginary friend. Um, you see him slump over for a second and then shake his head. And he goes, ah. And he lifts his shirt up and pulls a derm off of his hip and fishes through the drawer for another one and slaps it on. And you see him immediately go back to his slightly peppier psychedelic state. He says, man, imaginary man. You know I can't tell you that. I know, but there's the thugs, and the thugs don't like people knowing about their thug ways. So I can't tell you about the thugs. We are, man, but what are you telling me? Okay, if you tell me something, I'll tell you something. I mean, you can hack anybody's R-Cloud. Yeah, the ice around our clouds is pretty lax. Well, there's internet access in this building, so you can probably use that to reach out and look. Now, are you jacking in? Okay. So you pull the cracker jack out of your neck and stick it into your deck. And what the heck? You find a flick. I can't rhyme anything else with ick. No, you pull it out of your area under your head and stick it into the deck on your arm. You feel yourself immediately fall into VRNet. It's a very comfortable place. The dreary drizzle of the world outside falls away as the world of lines and data points comes up before you. You peck around and you find a number of people walking along the streets. Some of them have clouds over their head. Okay. You know that anything you see that's green would be pretty easy to get into. Anything around the yellow, you might have a bit of a time. Anything red, you may or may not be able to get into. And then when it shifts into blue, you know that that's usually flatlining ice. Okay. You want to hit a yellow? Okay. So how will you approach? Well, you can either hit it with the virus to lock it down, and if you hit it well enough, then all of the ice around it'll crack, and you can just walk in and look at whatever you want to look at. If you don't want to risk trying to hit it with the virus and giving it a chance to respond, you can try to sneak around it. Okay. In the general vicinity, you see 4 people with yellow level clouds. 2 of them are guys, 1 you can't really tell, and then the 4th one is a female. Okay. So, what kind of virus do you want to hit it with? Okay. Okay. Attack 1. So roll a roll a range touch attack. It should just be attack. Hold on, let me see if I can remember which window I'm looking for. Yeah, range attack bonus. Yeah. Alright, you are gonna hit it. So that's 1d4. What's your intelligence? Okay. 1d4 plus 4. Roll a d4. R/R space 1d4. Okay. You smack it, and you see the ice lock up and fall away from the cloud. You feel like you're clear to approach. Okay. There's several pictures of the guy and his car. He has a pretty nice car. It's a Rescore R6 Rhino. Not Rhino, that's a mech. Rescore R6 Cougar. You see several pictures that people may or may not have asked for of the guy holding his dick. As far as Elvin dick goes, it's a decent size. He looks more proud of it than he probably should be. That's about all you find, though. It seems like he's just a regular guy taking pictures of his car and his dick. Roll computer use. Okay. You go down his cloud and crack into his registry cookies and get the license plate, the VIN number, and a description of his car. You know that his name is Thomas Dickerson. He is a business person, basically a corporate lackey. He involves himself in peddling insurance usually, but he has kind of been involved with the selling of products like food and shit like that for Reachcore. He's a sales representative. It seems like he's kept his nose pretty clean. He's pretty fond of dodecahedrons. Yes. You come back to your body and end your jack without dumping, and now you're here. I mean, mine's not too bad. Sometimes. I've pretty fond of the foxes. If you want to go do a community hop with me, then we can be foxes. Furries. If you're accepted. Wait. What was it that you were looking for? A lot of people. I can't tell you names. There's the thugs out there. Persuasion? No, persuasion isn't a thing. Is it? Diplomacy. Okay. Man. Okay. We've had a few come through. There was Matchstick. There was Matchstick. There was Tommy Boy. There was The Knocker. There was Snake Girl. There was that one guy. There was The Shadow. There was that one girl. There was a person who didn't like to say their name. There was another person who didn't like to say their name. There was Passenger 153. There was Passenger 16. There was Passenger 23. There was Passenger 1. There was the Boss. There was the King. There was the Duke. There was some other girl. There was the lady. There was Tom. There was Dick. There was Thompson. There was a lot of people. Not without a pen. Sure. He takes it and starts writing on his hand. A long list, and then he shows it to you and says, "There." Sure, you've got a phone. Okay. Roll spot. You see a placard that says office manager, but the door is closed. Bye, imaginary friend. He falls back into the TV, and you notice that he calms down a whole lot when he starts looking at the TV. You figure he probably took a dodecahedron. That was most likely the derm that he had on his hip. Alright, so you have a picture of a bunch of names written on a hand. The handwriting of some of them is illegible. Some of them it isn't even handwriting. He just kind of lapsed into a state where he wanted to draw a shape, so he did. Huh? You kind of cut out there for a second. Yeah. Yeah. There's one that looks behind the counter and one that looks at anybody that walks into the door. Do you have knowledge streetwise? Or security? Okay, roll it. Usually they roll it back if there's an issue. Sam, do you have streetwise? Okay. Right, man, you know that this is just a front. So if somebody comes in here and fucking blasts whatever his name is in the face, Johnson in the face, then they just hire somebody else. Yeah. It- you could tell his entire job appears to be getting really fucking high and staring at a blinking octopus bouncing around on the screen. You want to go behind his desk? Okay. His computer screen is off, and he's just staring at the octopus. Have you ever done any kind of drugs? Ratman. No, he doesn't understand why the blinking octopus is so trippy. Roll sleight of hand. Actually, that's a trained only skill, and you are not trained. You know what? Let's make it a move silently. Okay. You fucking open his desk and you notice that it is very empty. Nah. Yeah, you shake the mouse and it comes up. Well, thank you, imaginary friend. There's one icon on the desktop. Okay, it comes up a login screen to Trans Assist. I don't know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you want to jack in? Okay. I was about to say. Okay. It has a mag strip, so electrical. Yeah, come in. All right. You see a white-haired elf. You notice that he has one cybernetic eye. It's weird though because it's like one side of a goggle that he hasn't even tried to hide. You notice that both of his arms are made out of some manner of durasteel, and he is sitting at a keyboard and clacking away at it very noisily. He says, "What'll it be?" "I'll have a seat. Info is the most lucrative thing." Okay. Okay. He looks and says, "Is this supposed to be empty?" "I like you." "In a manner of speaking." "Healthy." Okay. So he leans forward and softens his voice a little bit and says, "I don't know how much you know about our operation, but there is something that could use some dispatching." "I can't tell you why, because not all the things that we deal in are legal, especially not the underground, which is where the threat is." "Violently, I would prefer." Very few people know of the plight, because having people know would give them more information than the company would like them to have. You ever heard of an ooze, my friend? An ooze. Well, you will, if you decide to take up this job. You want to take care of one? Well, it's in the tunnels, and it is currently jamming up a shall we say, trade line. Exactly. Good. Now, what do you want in exchange? About 5 days ago. One-way ticket to where? I believe that can be arranged. One caveat to the deal. If anyone knows that you have obtained a list from the company, you die or they die. Good. Niesman said, treat a man with kindness or destroy him utterly, for a slighted man wish to seek retribution. Good. So you want to get rid of my Uzi problem? Good. So, I'll point you in the right direction. None have returned from one particular area, so I would presume that that is where it is. Those that have returned have had fatal acid burns. Good. If you will walk with me. He pauses when he steps out of his office and sees the rat man rubbing up on the receptionist. They have what? Yeah, so you're just gonna launch solitaire on his computer real quick? He looks and grumbles something about the habit of these weird techies. You can tell that he's probably 300 years old, no less. So a little behind on the times. Not really understanding why a perfect stranger would be rubbing another perfect stranger while playing solitaire on his computer. He looks at the window to the outside and turns to Sam and says, "Y'all come in different vehicles?" Two. So you drove one, he drove one? Good. You're gonna need them. Might be going to get them then. Hello, Sam. I'm Tishner. You could see a little bit. Roll spot to see exactly how much you saw. You're grabbed. Yeah. Yeah, I will say so. What is unarmed attack? Okay. Yeah, roll the melee attack then. No, you bite at him, but it's kind of like, ay, ay, ay. But yeah, you rolled a 9 on spot. You see people moving inside. It looks kind of like the Rat Man was kind of rubbing up on a guy that he just met. So, I mean, today I learned that Rat Man's a hoe. Chihuahua humping. Chihuahua humping on the leg. So yeah, you just kind of motion for everybody to come in. Okay. So there's a staff room with a small table. There's enough room for three of y'all to sit. Okay. Tishner says, I see you got a whole team with you, Sam. Good. The body count gets much higher and people might start asking questions. Have any of you ever heard of an ooze? Do you have knowledge? Roll life science. You know that oozes are easy. Yeah, Arcana would get it. You know that there's a lot of debate on the origin of oozes, but they are very large blobs that usually have some kind of acidic excretion. Furthermore, you know that if there was a problem with an ooze that a large group of regular people wouldn't be able to take care of, it's probably pretty strong. So you're probably looking at one that is a perversion of an elemental. You know that they are immune to gunshots and sword slashes because they can just reform themselves. But they are weak against any kind of concussive damage. So sonic, thunder, anything like that. Yes. If it fits, us it's. You also know that they are very vulnerable to sunlight. And the claws deal slashing damage. You know that electric would hurt it, but no more so than it would hurt literally anything else. No, it is not immune to bludgeoning damage. Grasp it firmly. Does the claw deal piercing damage? Okay. Okay. So it's immune to ballistic and piercing. Different from piercing. Okay. Cool. Alright. How large is Asher? Okay. So that's 10 by 10 in combat. More than would fit through a door. So do you call Asher out? He's in the moving van, isn't he? Okay. Okay. So Tishner notices hesitation on you. He says, "What's wrong, lass?" Okay. Well, you needn't wonder then. If you all will come with me. He goes to walk out the front door. He tells you to bring the mitt. Alright. So, he leads y'all out to the back behind the thing, and you all see a concrete slab. So yes, he motions for everybody to stand on the concrete slab. Okay. And he says, "Oh yes, who would like a map?" Okay. So you'll step up to get the map. Okay. He holds his phone out. Do you have a heads-up display or anything? Okay. And your phone is inside of your head, right? Okay. So you know that he's trying to organize a bump transfer. So he's basically got to smack you in the side of the head with his phone. Huh? Okay. He very awkwardly bumps you right in the temple with his phone, and you see a map pop up. It has a timer on it that's set for 2 hours. He says, "If you ain't back in 2 hours, try to remember where you came from." Good. Okay. Well, have fun. He hits the switch, and you all feel a shudder as the concrete starts to lower into the earth. It's About a 30 foot by 30 foot slab. Around you is more concrete until everything goes dark. It's moving. It feels like about 20 foot a second. So I need everybody to roll balance. Okay. It goes down for what feels like 2 minutes until it very abruptly stops. Nathan, Stelwyn is shaken from his knees, lands on his butt. So does Damus. Edith, you were on Asher and probably didn't have your feet where they need to be because you tumble out of Asher and fall face first in the dirt. Then say this doesn't hurt. She said, fuck, where was I? Oh yeah, y'all are in the tunnels. It is very dark. You can hear a faint dripping. The walls of the tunnels look to be some sort of natural cavern. Once you exit out of what was man-made in concrete. And yeah, it's very dark. Yeah. So you can all see in black and white out to 60 foot. Okay. 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 All right. Huh? No. Okay. 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 You see several traces of bats and rats and other denizens of the deep. And then, of course, the rat man crawling around. Yeah, rough spot. Okay. You see everything here to be seen. You notice several trails that some of them look like they were just people walking along. Others looked like they were dragging something. And then others still have small spatters of what looks to be some manner of blood. But it's really dark. Sure. Okay. Make a fortitude save. It would be under fort on your saves, right under your abilities. Yeah, that ain't gonna do it. So you feel the blood burning your tongue. You take 4 damage. Alright. So, Ratman keeps talking about his tongue burning as he takes 4 more damage. What do you all do? You take 2 more damage. You take 6 more damage. You take 2 more damage. You feel like maybe if you drank enough water, you would dilute it to the point that it stopped burning. Five damage. Okay. 2 damage. And then you get cleaned. Alright. So you get cleaned and you took a grand total of 23 damage on your tongue. You know that this blood has been subject to a very, 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 very strong acid. So you notice that one of the corridors, it's forward a little bit, and then to the right, and then you take a left, and then you take another right, and then it bends around to the left, and then you take another right, and there is a red flashing section of corridor. Okay. As y'all are walking along, you can tell that y'all are basically following the blood trail. Okay. So y'all start getting close to the red flashing corridor. What do you all do? When you engage in two-weapon fighting, you can take your primary attack and then use your offhand at a -7, I think. Okay, so you would roll at -10. Okay. Okay. What is Lucky's defense score? Okay. So do you want Lucky to be stealthy or just kind of howl as he's walking along? Okay. Okay. So, where is this thing's senses? Senses. Blind sight, 60 foot. So Lucky needs to be within 30 foot or 60. Okay. So Lucky starts registering an overpowering scent of dirt and acid from pretty fucking far away. Let's see. Lucky's probably 80 foot away from you. All right. So are y'all gonna try to be stealthy? I just realized I put that on the wrong screen. You know what? I think I have an animated thing. There we are. Mythics, kobolds, pseudo dragons. That'll be close enough. Let's see, we started at 3. So let's wind down at 6. We'll call it right before this fight. 3, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, so you see a very, very large glob of something. It does not see y'all. Oh, the whole thing ain't showing up? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, probably so. Well. Okay, so I don't have access to those. Okay. That'll do. Well, or will it? What the fuck? There we are. Okay. We'll just use. It's kind of distracting for me anyway. Fucking Apple users. Alright. So, it doesn't see y'all. Asher's motion sensor is going wild because it's trying to track each ripple through this thing as if it was a separate motion. But yeah, so everything is wild, and I don't have tokens for y'all. I've just realized that. So everybody, between now and next Sunday, get me a token sent, and then we'll... Huh? Well, I think I might be able to use your token. Yeah. So I've got a token for Jack, I've got a token for Edith, and I've got a token for Damus. So I need a token for Sam and Stelvin. Alright. So we'll come in next week and see about ganking a fucking thing. That would be ideal. I would appreciate that. I can't tell y'all how many times I've been very tempted to scratch certain crevices of myself and then realize, oh, hey, I'm on camera. Maybe not the best idea. Okay, cool. Yeah. Also, hold on. Avatar. Everybody get a vote in. Well, I've almost forgot to do that. Yes. Just send me a vote, and then I'll get it, and then you'll get a action point if you get the vote. Send it to me over Facebook. The Book of Faces. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that. There. Alright. I've got those saved. Alright. Save image. Save. Alright. Okay. So we've got 2 votes Amanda, 1 vote Sam, 1 vote Helen. We need 1 more vote.
Just send him a, just text him or whatever that, whoever you think did best.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whoever you think did best. I was muted and I was waiting on someone else to tell you.
Alright, so I should have everybody make sure they can drag their token for the 4 that I've got up on the board right now. No? Yike. Okay, hold on. Represents that Sam. We'll turn the nameplate on. Save. Now try. Okay. This is going to be Edith. Nameplate. Save. Alright. I just had to specifically tell it who it represents. Oh, okay. I put those on the board before. Okay. God. Cool. Alright, so Helen and Amanda, guess a number. Helen was closer, it was 42,069. Yeah. Y'all tied. Helen gets the point though. Alright. I'll see everybody next week at 3 then.